There have been a lot of stories coming out of Fairfax County lately. Some of it is crime, which impacts our neighborhoods and our families. And that's why we're joined today by Chief of Police Kevin Davis, who's walking us through some of these investigations. It is good to be with you. Thanks for joining us.
Nice, man. Thanks for having me back.
All right, let's dive right in. Our news partners at the Washington Post are reporting that an officer who had killed an unarmed man has a record of drawing guns on shoplifters 2 times before that specific incident. And I'm wondering, first of all, do you have a comment about this case specifically? And does the department have a way of tracking and reviewing cases where officers point their weapons?
Well, Simone, a couple things. First, I was really surprised to see a sitting public defender proactively share indirect and speculative information with a newspaper reporter about a pending criminal justice matter, and in this case, a trial in September. I think sharing it showed poor judgment, and I think writing it showed even poorer judgment. So the policies that we have in Fairfax County are second to none when it comes to capturing police officers who point their firearms at people during the course of their duties. We've been doing it, Simone, since 2017. We track it. It gets reviewed at the highest level in our police department at Internal Affairs. So we think we're doing it in a way that a lot of police departments are emulating.
And so every single time this incident happens, whether an officer pulls or points their gun, you guys are meticulously trying to track that. Do I understand that correctly?
Absolutely, Simone. Anytime a Fairfax County police officer points his or her firearm at another person, we document it, we capture it, it gets reviewed at various levels up to and including Internal Affairs. It's a best practice. A lot of police departments across the country come to us to emulate the way we're doing business here in Fairfax County. So we're really proud of what we're doing.
And this is former Officer Shiflett, correct? He's no longer associated with
you. It is, and there's a pending criminal justice matter, in this case a trial, so I can't comment any further. And again, that's why I was surprised to see a public defender comment it in a very speculative and indirect way. Surprised it was printed as well, but we'll move forward and go from here.
All right, let's talk about specifically Operation Press Check, because this is a new initiative I know that you guys are doing to reduce violent crime. And can you kind of give us some overview here? What's the goal and how's it going?
So one of the things we saw, Simone, in 2023 was an increase in convicted violent offenders who were illegally carrying firearms in Fairfax County. So we partnered with Steve Descano, the Commonwealth's attorney, and his prosecutors and came up with a really strategic way to hold those folks accountable. So we have 7 cases in the last few months ever since we started Operation Press Check with the Commonwealth's Attorney's Office, and it's about holding people who are violent. They've been proven to be violent, they're convicted felons, and they just can't be in possession of a firearm.
Okay, last question for you. This is a story so many of you were talking about at home. This is about a man who stole an ambulance, was on the run for a few days, and then detectives arrested him in Manassas. Where does this all go from here?
Ricky Lowe, it's a name I won't soon forget, Simone, 32 years old. He stole an ambulance after he was involved in a horrific crash. Thankfully, he and others didn't die at that horrific crash scene, but he escaped from the hospital in his hospital gown with an IV hanging out of his arm, and he stole an ambulance. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but it took us a couple of days to capture him. We did capture him, and he'll be held accountable for his crime.
All right, something we'll certainly continue to follow, as I know you will as well. Thank you so much for your time. We certainly appreciate you coming in.
Thank you, Simone.
All right, we'll see you next time.